Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today. Today I am going to be making some kale chips. Now these are a delicious snack and they are really healthy for you, right? Because they're made with kale. What could be better? It's a great substitute for potato chips. So, you know, if you want a little snack while you're watching TV, put on a movie, these kale chips will do it. They will satisfy you. So I'm going to show you 3 things that you need to do so that they turn out light and crispy and delicious. So I'm Rockin' Robin, and I'm going to show you how to do it right after this. This recipe couldn't be easier. What we need here is a baking pan with parchment paper, some kale, our star, right? And I like to use the curly kind. I know there's a gazillion different styles or types of kale. We need some olive oil, some salt, and today I'm going to put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on some of the chips because I just want to see how it's going to turn out. So basically you can use any spices that you want to use. You know, if you want to use cayenne pepper to make it a little hot, you can use cinnamon. I mean, you know, it's just endless what you can do to these. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get started. The 3 tips for the best kale chips are: number 1, make sure that you dry your kale thoroughly and completely. Number 2 is you want to do a light coating of oil and you need to massage it on the whole leaf, both sides and every part of it that you can. And number 3, when you go to bake them, you want them in a single layer so they're not overlapping, and then that way they will crisp up. We're going to start off by removing the leaves from the stem on the kale. All right, so just peel it right off. So here is tip number 1 for making sure that your kale chips turn out nice and crispy and crunchy. All right, so after we rinse them, we want to place them into a salad spinner. Now this is when I go ahead and I break some of these into slightly smaller pieces if I feel like they're too big. If you don't have a salad spinner, you do the kale dance. Whoopsie. After you spin your kale enough so that you know that it's really dry, then I'm just going to dump these right onto my tray, and we're going to fill up our tray here. We want to keep these pretty much a single layer. Oh, by the way, did I mention that I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees? Well, you got to do that. All right, so now I'm going to take a drizzle of olive oil, and I'm just going to lightly drizzle it over. Okay, and then we can always add more if we need it, but we're going to stop at that, and we're going to rub or massage in the oil onto the leaves. This is tip number 2. So here's a way to check to see if you've covered all of your kale with a little bit of oil. You just look at it. You look at it and you can see that it's all shiny, right? And then you might see one like this one right here. It's dull. It is definitely dull. That means there's no oil on it. So you just go in there and you just pick it up, and there'll be drips on the bottom of your pan, and you just get it on your finger and just rub it right in all over it. So I'm going to season these with some salt. Now you want to hold your hand high so that the salt will just lightly coat, spread out in a nice even amount. And like I said, I'm going to take a little bit of Parmesan cheese as my experiment, and I'm just going to lightly coat a little bit of these. So you can see I'm just lightly touching them. I don't want a bunch of cheese. I just want to get a little hint of the flavor. All right, guys, our kale chips are done, and they took about 20 minutes. So ovens vary. You want to get them nice and crispy, and you want them to be just a little golden brown. I am going to, well, actually, let's see. I had these over here that had the Parmesan cheese, so maybe I should go ahead and taste that to see how it turned out before I pour them into my bowl, and then they all get mixed up, and I don't know which is which. All right, let's try this. Can you hear that crunch? They're light, kind of airy-like, and they just kind of melt in your mouth. They're delicious. Got, you know, just enough salt in there. Guys, you're gonna love this. You gotta try it, especially if you don't like kale. You really should try this because I think you're gonna love it. I was never a huge fan myself, and I started eating these and I said, man, these are easy to eat. They just go right on down, and I will probably finish this whole tray all by myself, no problem. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Hey, if you wanna see a video on how to make Brussels sprout chips, I've got a video for you. So I'll leave a link for you down below in the description where you'll also find the recipe for this. Yeah, thanks for watching, and if you like the video, please share it. And leave me a comment, of course. I like to hear from you guys. And subscribe. I'll leave a button around here. Let's try something different. I'll leave it over here. All right, right here. So click that button, subscribe, and you'll never miss one of my videos. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.